Good everyone, my name is Graphics. Today we want to develop a cone. Now this is a cone. Why is it a cone? Because of the base is circular. How do you know the base is circular? Because it is given in what? In diameter. So when you want to draw, like I said earlier, the first thing you do, you draw your horizontal line, right? And you draw your vertical line also this way. So when you do that, now this point where they meet should be the point where you take as your reference point. So we have the radius, the diameter of this to be what? 50. So I'll take half of it, which is what? 25. So measuring 25 on my meter rule, which is from 0, that is this 2.5 here. Right? I'll come here and I'm going to draw my circle. So I'm going to thicken it. Now the next step is this circle. I'll divide it into 12 equal parts with the same radius I used to draw the circle. So I'm going to be having this. From here I mark up. From here I mark here. I place it here. I go left. And I place it here. I go right. So I'm going to draw all my lines passing through the center. So passing through the center, I'll be having this. I'll be having this. I'll be having this. I'm having this. That is what we'll be having. So this will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to project these lines upward. I'll just take an XY line, an XY plane, probably very close to it. Let me call that plane my XY plane, right? So I'm going to project the edge of my circle to touch this plane. I'll project this also to touch this plane. So all those points, I'm going to be drawing them upward like this. So pick them up. So from here, I'll have this to touch here. I'll go to the next one, which will be the 4. You touch here. Then the next one will be this. 2 also. Touch here. The next one will be this. Touch here. Now if you recall, this will be the line of 0, and this will be 1, this will be 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So let's represent them there. Now if you look very well, from this point, from here to here is thicken. So that means from the beginning of the circle to the end of the circle, I'm going to thicken it. So I'm thickening it to stop in there. Can see that? And we have been told that the height of this triangle is what? 60. Just like you can see here. So I'm going to take my meter rule and I'm going to measure 60. So from here, from 0, I'm going to get my 60. This is 60 here. Right? So I'm going to measure it from my 60. So measure your 60 and you join. Come here also and you join. Right? So what I later did is that, so I made the height to be 45, right? So after doing this, now I'll take my compass. I'm going to start a place at this point where they meet. Then I'm going to draw a arc this way, faint line. You see that? I drew the arc, faint line. This is what we're having here, faint line here, right? Now, what I'll do is, I'm going to take any of this division of this circle, any of them, maybe 0 to 1 or so, and I'll place it at the beginning here. This is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, somewhere around here. So let's complete that. So we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, this 5, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So what I'll do is I'll just draw a straight line that will connect the center here of this triangle to every point there. This is what I'll have. This, 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 and that. Now this is what I'm having. So I'm having from here, this last point, I'm going to take in it, and I'll be having this development here of the cone. So everything here is thickened. This is the development of the cone without the cone being dissected or cut at any part. Now let's see another modification of the cone. Now let us look at another scenario, another case. In the first case, it was just a plain triangle and we have this development, right? In the second case, what about this triangle is being cut at an angle? The angle can be 45, it can be 50, it can be 60, but let's assume that the angle it is being cut here, if you can check it very well, is at angle what? Angle 30, right? It's cut at what? Angle 30 degree. Now let's now redraw this. The same thing like I said, it is still a cone that is being dissected at a height of what? 20, right? At an angle of what? 30 degree. How did I know it's a cone? The base is in diameter. It has a circular base which is 50. So let's start. So from here, I'll do the same thing. I'll draw my horizontal axis, and I'm going to also draw my vertical axis, right? It should be somewhere around here. So from this base, the same radius, the same triangle, just giving some illustrations. So if I measure on my rule, half of 50 is 25, and I measure 25 from 0 to this 25, and I place it here, and I draw my circle which I will tick in. And the same thing I did earlier, I'm going to divide it into 12 equal parts. So this time I'll be using this, but it's the same procedure. You can use your compass to divide, or you can use your set square with the help of what? Your T-square. So we'll be having this. So this will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now the next thing is I'll just create a baseline. And this is another baseline to be very close to this. It can be at any length, right? So I'm going to project all those points up. I'll project this point up here to here with the help of my T-square. Don't forget. So here to here. Keep this up to touch here. Keep this up to touch here. And also this. And also this. And also this. So this is what I'm having, right? So this will be 0.0, 0.1. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I want to. Now what I will do is that the height given from here to here is what? 45. So I'm going to measure my 45. That's from 0 to 45. And I'll come at this center here of this line and click my 45. So I'll make them form my triangle. So from 0 to 6 is the length, 0 to 6, as you can see, and also at this point to 6 also, and from 0 here. Well, to be a faint line, like I said, and you join here to here. You start with your faint line, right? Now if you recall, at a height of 20, my cone is being cut at an angle of 30 degrees. So I'm going to measure 20 from this point here. This is 20, right? At that point is 20. And I'll place my T-square of my drawing board. I'll take my set square. When it is like this, it is 20 degrees. So I'm facing it to this direction because. So I'll move it. So this is the angle 20 here. Then I'll take it this. Right. So then I'll take it because that is what I actually need. So then I'm not taking the rest of the triangle. I'll take it the rest. This is, I've brought out the shape back. Now follow the same principle. Now I'm going to move all these points just like what I did here. I'll move all these points towards the center. At this point to this point. But now I'm going to stop here. I'll be heading towards the center, but I'll stop here. You can see. place it here also, heading towards the center, 4 to the center. I'm going to stop at that demarcation. You can see from 2 to the center, I'm going to stop at that demarcation. Then from 1 to the center, I'll stop at that demarcation. That's what I'm talking about. Now the next thing you do is that, just like what you did here, you are going to project all your points that you touched here to touch the body of this cone. So from here, I'll move this to touch here. From here, I'll move this to touch here. From here, I'll move this to touch here. And from here, move this to touch here. From here, I'll move this to touch here. From here, I'll move this to touch here. Now if you look out very well, just to make things easier for us, this is 0. This line that is coming here is line 1. This one here also is what? Line 2. This one coming here is line 3. This here is what? Line 4. This here is what? Line 5. And here is what? Last one is line 6. Right? So see what I want to do here. So here also 0 meets 0 here is also 0 point here. Now what I'll do is this. I'll take my compass, place it at the center here, come to this point here, you can see, and 0 here. Let me enlarge it so you see what I'm talking about. Right? And let me bring it down here at this point here. So what I'll do, I'll place it at this point. Let me go there. Let me bring it down a little bit. Better. Let me see. One more. Okay, better. So I'm going to place it here. I'll draw my arc, faint line. You can see that. So I'll be taking it to those points. From that same center point here, I'm going to take it to 0 here, which is this. And I'm going to do this also. But before then, I'm going to take the radius of this, any of this demarcation here. So let me say I'm taking 2 and 3 of my circle, any of the demarcation of the circle. So I'll place it at this point. 0, I'll mark 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So that's what we're having. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Now, the next thing we do here is that we draw our lines and project them to those points. So from this center of the triangle, just like what I did here, I will place it to 0. Right? I'll come here also, project it to 1. Come here also, project it to 2. Come here also, project it to 3. Come here also, project it to 4. Come here too, project it to 5. Come here too, project it to 6, sorry, to 6. Here also, project to 7. Here also, put that to this, and I'll do that for every point. Do that for every point. For every point. As you can see, that is the first step. Then the next thing you now do, you now come back to this at the center here. You take, look at what I'm doing. You move your compass to 1. Let me show you. You move your compass to 0 here, which is this. You can see that. And you're going to strike an arc like this. The arc will go and meet the last point here. Where the arc is. You can see that. The next point again, you go to 1. This is 1 here. And you're going to strike your arc. Number 2, you strike. Number 3, you strike. Number 4, you strike. Number 5, you strike. Number 6, you strike. So this is what we have, right? So the next thing you do, if you watch very well, I've already made things easier for us. From our circle, this is 0. 0 is meeting 0 at this point here, right? Now this is 1, like I said earlier. 1 is meeting 1 here. This is 2. 2 is meeting 2 here. This is 3. 3 is meeting 3 here, right? This is 4. 4 is meeting 4 here. This is 5. 5 is meeting 5 here. And this is 6. 6 is meeting 6 here, right? So now the same thing happens here. This is also 5, right? And this is a line of 5. So 5 will also meet 5 at this point here too. This is a line of 5, right? And this is 5 too. This is the line of 6, 5, the line of, so there's a line of 5 here. Then the line of 4, this is 4, meeting 4 here. The line of 3, this is 3, meeting 3 here. The line of 2, this is 2, meeting 2 here. The line of 1, this is 1, meeting 1 here. And the line of 0, this is 0, this is the line of 0, meeting 0 here because of the 0, right? Now use your French curve and you're going to join those points together like this. So use your French curve and you join from 0, having this 3, two, minus 3, yeah. So this is what you'll be having. So this is the difference between both of them. When it is being cut at an edge, you have this and you have that also. So thanks for watching. If you know you've benefited from this video, don't forget to click on the subscribe button. We'll meet in our next video.